What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey. And let's be honest, after the first week of this season kind of testing things out, Elijah and Lila, the Celestial twins, are most definitely one of the higher priority Celestial slash Hypogens to get in AFK Journey. They are being used in a ton of different ways, and now granted, we do have Play Your Way coming out sometime in this season. We don't necessarily know exactly when. However, this hero is becoming shockingly powerful to the point where I finally took the time and decided I'm going to invest all the way up to level 25. I even got them up to Paragon 1 so far. Paragon 2 is a little bit off. I think I'm going to focus on my Freyasto first, and that's kind of what I want to talk about here today. The two main heroes you should be going for on your account at this point, still Freyasto. You're not going to see him being used as much early on in the season just because he does better when you do get to endless here, but one of the best support heroes right now is most definitely an Elijah. And I even took the time, not something I highly recommend. Usually you want to go for these on your damage dealers first, but because I already got two of these unlocked on them, I just crafted the third one, giving attack to another ally by 9% when healing or shielding is granted to them. And in the link, both of those things happen. So a really cool effect to give your damage dealers more attack. Probably hands down one of the best support heroes right now in Dream Realm. And you'll see a lot of teams here using things like Freyasto and stuff like that. I'll show you guys. I've already done a bunch of attempts doing tons of tests myself. Freyasto, again, still a very, very good option. This one, although, still using Reinier in the mix as well. Now, against this boss, having a couple extra bodies is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to look like you're doing good, and then all of a sudden your team is going to collapse around this enemy boss here. So Lucia is just going to completely wreck you eventually, but you can see here Freyasto doing Freyasto things, still one of the best options out there. You can see Reinier and Freyasto getting controlled here. Basically they can't get energy or anything like that. Eventually the team will slowly dying off. You see the chains wear off, and then you can start collecting that energy again, which is really cool. But yeah, this is pretty good. And then eventually, yeah, nobody can use any energy. That's pretty much the gist of this. Luckily though, in our team, almost everybody survives to the end and gets a pretty good score. However, even better than the current Freyasto team, which you can see, Freyasto's not really doing much damage in this situation. I'm guessing he's there more for his himself and ally buffs. Heck, even our support hero is doing a lot of damage. I want to show you guys what I was using on my team earlier today. So instead of Freyasto, what we were doing is shifting things around just a little bit. What we were doing is moving them around so that we can get our twins in the action here. So we still want to be able to swap here, so that is a good positioning. I've also seen, instead of Reinier, a version that uses Coco, and Coco is done even better, it seems like. So running this squad right here has been good, very, very solid. And because you're placing the Coco behind the Sinbad here, you don't have to worry about stealing that flower right there. So I'm going to show you guys this as well. I think this is one of the teams that I had that was working best for me. I haven't done a ton of research on the discords here today. Today it's just been, I did a ton of different testing, a lot of different compositions that are very similar. The Sinbad Sonya combo with Mikola, those three are like the must-haves in this situation. Coco might add some spice to it, but my best score, which has been better than what a lot of people have been using, has been with the Elijah and Lila Celestial twins. So let's see how this works out, because again, we have tons of shielding. Damage reduction does come in a little late there, so this is going to fall off. So not as good. I've actually had really good success using both Elijah, the twins, and the Freyasto. There is going to be a lot of RNG on this one, so your numbers are going to go up and down all over the place. I honestly think one of my best attempts so far, I didn't save and share it, which I really wish I would have at this point. I think I did something like this. I think I put them both stacked in front of them, and honestly, I think it matters which one goes with which here. We stayed with the same artifact as well, and this actually meant we had a lot of heroes on the battlefield. And of course, we're still linking the Sinbad and the Sonya to the twins, and it did end up being pretty good. You'll notice your damage goes flying up very early on here, but then later it's going to start falling off. So let's see how this one actually ends up. This one is lacking a little bit in survivability, but is ramping up in damage here. We'll have to see how this works out. We're getting up to that 65% point, and we start losing some heroes. Sonya's still alive. Yeah, this one might fall off. I'm gonna find one more different team composition than I was using that got me the record, because all these are getting decent scores, but they're not as good as my 81% from earlier. So I went back and looked to see what I was doing a little bit earlier today. I pushed everybody to the back line, and indeed my best hit was actually with Coco. The placement here, you can be a little bit flexible. I personally like having Sonya linked to the melee of the two instead of the range of the two, but this is pretty much an easy, simple swap. We're going to continue using Harmonic Spell here too, and I'm pretty sure this is the one that got us over 80%. Like I said, I did a lot of different testing here, and I think I just wrote down which one did the highest damage when I was jotting them all down. So let's see how this works out, because again, Coco, very, very strong hero in the early game. Absolutely insane for the shielding, for the damage reduction, really helps keep your team going. So we're up to 50% here. She's about to teleport one more time. Damage is going to slow down a bit. But it is hitting Mikola and Elijah, so our damage dealers are still able to get their ultimates off, which is going to provide a ton of damage. We got another Coco ultimate, which is very important for keeping us alive. We got that ultimate off right before she stopped all those energy gains from happening, and yeah, this is definitely the one. Putting everybody all the way to the back seems to have been the best way, and actually, oh, we just missed a new record even right there, which is pretty dang solid if I do say so myself. So honestly, overall, I'm happy with this squad right here. This one is really, really good. So you can use Frasto, which is not quite as good as the Elijah teams. You'll probably notice a lot of people on your servers just using the more traditional teams like this. Some people throwing the Odeon, sometimes Smokey. Heck, I've actually seen Bonnie be a pretty decent free-to-play option here. But if we're looking for like the best of the best, it is going to be the twins right now, and that's why I decided to do some heavy investment in this hero. Pretty much have her and our Frasto at the same power level, plus 25. However, I don't have our Frasto magic charms, and his season 1 taunts the enemies. That's not really a big deal. That has nothing to do with Dream Realm, which probably means that Elijah and Lila will be the stronger team. We'll have to see how it shapes up with all the different Dream Realm bosses as we go through the difficulties. Last note, don't hard swap. If you're already building your Frasto, finish that project up. He's doing amazing. He's still the best tank in the game in like every single game mode out there. So make sure you get that done. I don't want you guys being like, oh, I need to stop this project and immediately start working on the twins. No, give it some time. Finish your project up. If for some reason the twins are still just completely dominant by then you can consider building them. But there's already been spoilers for the next Hypogen hero. And remember, we're getting more Celestial and Hypogen. I think we're getting 3 in this season instead of 2, which means we're getting one just about every single month. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time.